Good morning, everyone. So start of the morning, and we've got quite a bit of our sowing is now done. These is the fields here where I took a little bit of drone footage when I was ploughing, and these fields are now all sown. So I'm just after finishing power harrowing some of the front fields here in this piece of land, and just heading out the back now just to see how they're getting on the back piece. There's quite a few stones out on the back piece, so we spent a number of hours just having to lift those this morning, but we have it well under control now. The ground is in absolutely beautiful order for sowing, and yeah, just gonna go out now and see how they're getting on with the sowing. We're not sowing with the Massey 500 sower here. Instead, we're just letting the contractor do all the work here on this piece of land. Just a little bit quicker for us, and it gave us a little bit more time for lifting the stones and getting the ground ready. You can see by the looks of that stone there, that kind of gives an indication of the kind of ground that we got out the back. It is very, very stony, and there was a little bit of work done to it too, which didn't help it. We've been ploughing this now for a number of years, and we kind of had it under control. The stones were more or less all lifted in it, all the bad ones, but there was a bit of work done over the far side, and it gave us a few acres extra now for sowing. It was a wet area that got built up. We didn't do it, it was the landowner done it, but the problem was that it left a lot more stones for us to lift, so it's gains on one side and hassle on the other. So, but we got them lifted, and we're now in a position where we are sowing. So I'm going to see if I can get a little bit of footage of the tractor sowing. It's a fairly big Massey. I wouldn't be up on the Massey numbers, but it's a big Massey, and it's got a Lemkin's sower on the back. So or drill. So we'll get a look at that now. So this is now a continuation of the little bit of drilling footage I took on Saturday. You'll have seen that in the earlier part of this video. And now we are a few days later and we're trying to get the ring rolling done. Everything that was sown on Saturday, we are now ring rolling today, and the stuff we sowed on Friday as well. So we've a little over 40 acres altogether to roll, and I'm going fairly well on it. I've got probably about 12 or 13 acres left to do. Soil conditions are perfect still for the job. Had a little bit of light skift of rain last night, but not very much. Made very little difference to the soil, so it allowed us to get this job completed today. We're using a 6 meter Heva ring roller, which is doing a fantastic job. All we're doing is we're just trying to any of those smallish stones that's on top of the ground, just to kind of flatten them out and leave it that we can, when we're combining, that we can shave it as low down as possible and take as much straw off as possible whilst harvesting the grain. So yeah, it's doing a really nice job. So the plan is just to get this finished today, and I've got a little bit of ploughing to do, which I was at yesterday as well. It's a contract job that we have on, and we have 35 acres to plough for somebody. We've got, say, about more than 20 acres of it. The 25 acres of it we got ploughed yesterday, and in the afternoon then we'll be going and finishing that. So busy few days, and but we're getting well on top of all the jobs now at this stage. We also intend to wean some of our calves in the coming days. So, and I like I said, we're going to try and take a bit of footage of that as we do it, and yeah, it'll be something just a little bit different. So, plenty of videos coming in the coming days. So just finished rolling there now. It's the 6.4 we were using on this job, and yeah, it's no problem for it to pull the Heva roller. Yeah, so the Heva's folded up now and ready for home, and as you can see, it has made a really nice job of this. It's this ploughing and sowing and rolling has been done in as good a conditions as I've ever seen a winter crop going in, which makes a big difference from what we've had to put up with over the past number of years. But yeah, it'll be interesting now to see how it does, how it grows, and how it comes along over the coming weeks, months, and into next year. Had a few questions asking me about stones. Was there many stones in this? Because on the aerial footage I took with the drone, you could see the plough jigging along and the body's jumping out of the ground when it hit some rock or some stone. It is fairly stony. It's not as bad as it was the first couple of years we had it, but yeah, there's always a bit of time lost having to lift stones in it, and you never get them all. You can see even here where we've been rolling, there's some still left over. This is now a fairly bad area down here, down into this corner. It's always been bad, and the further up you go, then you can actually see the colour of the field nearly changes. It gets a lot brighter there when you go up about another 10 metres, and there's very little stones up there. But this corner it's a damp corner, and I'd say what happened was there was some kind of drainage, man-made drainage done it at some point, and there was a lot of stones dumped in there, hoping that it might help to drain it, and it really didn't. So yeah, so there is stones to be lifted in it. There's a backfield at the back. It's a nightmare. Ben and my cousin Peter were actually lost probably about the guts of a whole day of lifting stones in it, and myself, Dad and Ben actually done a few hours in it on Saturday as well. So it's a nightmare. There was a bit of work done on it before, so there is always stones in this land, is the answer to that question. But yeah, that's really it. That's the winter barley all in and completed. Don't know if we're drilling any more winter crops. We might be putting in a little bit of winter barley, maybe about 10 or 15 acres. We haven't just fully decided on that. We're going to have to decide on that over the coming few days, because if we have to put it in, or if we're going to put it in, we'll have to put it in fairly soon. So yeah, that's really it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, tomorrow's video will be we're going to wean the calves off, so that'll be tomorrow's video. So until then, talk to you tomorrow.